Hey everybody, welcome to another week of distance learning. The theme this week is developing identity, and we'll look at how people develop their identities and how you've developed your identity over the course of your life. Let's jump in and figure out how we're going to do this. So, here's a poem to get started with. He could be our dog, but he is not our dog, so he barks at us. What could this mean as we explore identity? For example, the word our. If that dog happened to belong to that person, that dog would not bark at them. But the dog doesn't. So there's no connection between the dog and the person. Simply being their dog would change everything about that dog's identity and that person's relationship with the dog. It's a lot to take in just 3 lines. Think about how that works. Small changes in identities, like family connections or allegiances, could have a lot about how you live your life. So think about who you are, your habits, your interests, the choices you make, the things that you have, the hardships you've experienced, what you create, what you wear, the morals that you have, how well you do at school or at work, who you consider family, your ethnicity, your friends. How do those work together to create who you are, and how much choice have you had in developing those things? If you try, could you have more choice? Do you want more choice? All of those are questions that you're going to have to consider. But how do those things work together to create you? Some authors believe not a lot. So let's take a look at the first opening paragraphs of the book Dead-Eye Dick by Kurt Vonnegut.
To the as yet unborn, to all innocent wisps of undifferentiated nothingness, watch out for life. I have caught life. I have come down with life. I was a wisp of undifferentiated nothingness, and then a little peephole opened quite suddenly. Light and sound poured in. Voices began to describe me and my surroundings. Nothing they said could be appealed. They said I was a boy named Rudolph Waltz. And that was that. They said the year was 1932, and that was that. They said I was in Midland City, Ohio, and that was that. They never shut up. Year after year, they piled detail upon detail. They do it still. You know what they say now? They say the year is 1982, and that I am 50 years old. Blah, blah, blah.
So, as you can see, Vonnegut takes a look at all the things that go into a person's identity that they have no control over, things that just happen to them. That's not truly what I'm interested in, but it is a part of who you are. So, for today, as you start, think about identity in general. I've created a Google document on Classroom that has several options that you could choose to write about. Pick one or more if you have time, or if you want to write more, that's fine, but set a timer for about 7 minutes. As you write, think about these questions. If you want to combine them, you can. If you want to get personal, you can, or you could keep it real academic. How does a person develop his or her identity? What factors influence who a person becomes? Who are you to yourself? Who are you to others? How do you know this? What factors can change a person's identity? How does the way a person sees himself or herself determine how they see others or see the world? And how does culture, family, or life experience influence a person's identity? Just write for a little bit on that, because we'll be coming back to it in the context of the book and in the next assignments that we have for the course. I hope that's not unclear to you. As always, if you have any questions, you're free to ask. This will be a really good week. I'm looking forward to the discussions that come about because of these questions and the works that we're going to look at and read this week.